Welcome back to some more Bored AF, where we are wrapping up more on week here on Smosh Games. Thanks to Pop-Tarts for going ahead and giving you guys more of what you want. And you guys voted on some classic games. And this, we're playing Super Fight, is an actual classic game here on Smosh Games because it is what led to us creating the show based on board and card games. I was waiting for more hand movements for you. There you go. Now I feel more complete. But yeah, this is a game we played many years back, and it is the reason why we went ahead and made a show based on board games and card games, because we like them, you guys like them, and we wanted more of them.
So you're saying if they had never made the game Super Fight, Bose would have never been born?
That is 100% correct.
Butterfly effect.
Because there are so many expansions for Super Fight, we picked up some new ones, so you will see some new cards here. We've got Super Fight the Horror deck. We've got my personal favorite, Super Fight the 90s deck.
Born then.
Yeah.
I added this one, Super Fight Sword and Sorcery deck. And then we have Super Fight the Dystopia deck. So get your Pip-Boy and get out of your Fallout shelter.
Angry
because
Max.
It's time.
And Joven wouldn't let me add the history deck. Otherwise, this video would have been like super
No
cool.
history. We are doomed to repeat it. There are a few different ways to play Super Fight. We will be playing in each one of our characters will be trying to fight the judge character. We are going to screw each other over with other attributes. We are playing with locations and effects, so anything can happen. And because we wanted this to be as classic as it possibly could be here on Smosh Games, we've brought back some good old-fashioned animations to describe how our fights are going. So buckle up, get ready, because we're playing Super Fight. Damien,
Yes.
you'll be our first judge.
Excellent.
So you will be playing a character and an attribute, and we will be trying to make that character easier to fight. But everyone's going to put a character and an attribute face down first.
But unfortunately for you guys, it's going to be a pretty rough day, because not only do you have to fight one character, you have to fight a dynamic duo, some would say, Joven. The one and only Pinky and the Brain.
Wow.
They're going to be doing the same thing they try to do every night, try to take over the world. But they are going to be doing that while riding Limp Biscuits. That's right, Fred Durst. Fred Durst, is that the guy?
Yes.
Fred Durst has teamed up and joined the Pinky and the Brain, so it's the Pinky, the Brain, and the Biscuit. But you are going to be in a wax museum.
All right, Shane, who are you throwing into the fight?
I am choosing the card, pick any Billy Zane character. Now I could go
That's
with...
a card.
Deep cut.
I could go with, what was it, the Phantom?
The Phantom?
But I think I'll go with the bad guy from Titanic.
Great, the iceberg.
Kaladin Huckley.
All right, so Kaladin Hockley,
Hockley.
who is a survivor.
Like Beyonce.
He will go ahead of children and women and elderly to survive. He does not care. He's very wealthy.
Okay.
And his only skill is baking bread,
Ooh, okay.
which I believe would distract mice. Puts out crumb trails. He can lead them anywhere. He can distract them endlessly.
Crumb trails, the thing that jets make while flying over the air.
That's not.
Yeah, crumb trails. That's right.
The natural enemy of mice is Cujo, the rabid dog.
That's a
who is
good one.
relentless.
Yeah.
This specific Cujo, their bites are infectious and turn their victims into a copy of the biter. So if I am able to get Brain, the arguably slower of the two mice, all of a
Arguably.
sudden then I will have a smart Brain chasing Pinky with Cujo.
I got a Kayako,
Who?
the chick from The Grudge.
Oh, well played.
Horrifying. The Grudge? Ju-on?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is your captain speaking.
And she's also got a loyal squire. We're about to find out who that is. So you got a duo, but I got a servant. And I
poor
already
squire.
want to kill you.
Is it the little boy from The Grudge?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Draw a character who's a loyal squire.
that's
Interesting.
Ice Dragon. What is that?
Oh, and just an ice dragon.
Yeah,
And
an
Ice
ice dragon.
This is scary.
Yes.
This is really scary because I already want to kill you, and so does my dragon.
All right, but the fight doesn't stop there. Now, we are going to go ahead and screw people over to the left on this one. So I'm going to give Bose an attribute. You give me. Bose, you'll hit up Shane. But your character is not in the clear yet. Once we've gotten our cards, you will draw a random attribute card, and that will be added to your character.
Interesting.
So I'm going to give you Force your opponent to swap one attribute with you. All right, so now Cujo can only bake bread.
What?
And that doesn't. Now I must let you know. I must let you know that doesn't specify that he makes bread well.
Yeah.
That is a dog attempting to make bread.
Yeah.
Very
Pause.
poorly and probably getting burnt. And
All right,
and now Billy Zane is biting the crap out of people.
Bose, one might call you the big boss madre of dragons with your ice dragon there. But unfortunately, your dragon, it's kind of a wimpy dragon, only has a 1 for constitution, meaning its tummy is worse than Damien's tummy.
Yeah, it's poisonable.
Like, it's
Real
just
poisonable.
anything in there is probably making it go, I don't want this.
I take good care of him. Now, Shane, Billy Zane has hands instead of feet, and he also has very tiny hands.
But
he
that's
can't
already a
even,
fact.
You don't have big hands, you have small hands.
Yeah, that doesn't say that there.
And when you try to walk, you can't keep your balance. You just fall over.
That's so
there's
normal.
all these little Billy Zanes, and they're just
The
falling
Dolly
over.
Parton effect.
They're just
They're like toddlers, are just like.
Yes.
All right, Damien, so go ahead and
Time to mess up Pinky and Brain again.
see if it's a positive or a negative.
Boom! They are armed with a sharpened metal boomerang. Crikey! That's dangerous.
That is.
It's
also,
real dangerous.
Like with like a
They can't use it, they're
serrated
too
edge.
small.
You know what? I've definitely got some ideas about who would be, kicking my butt in this situation. Now I do a purple. Let's see this event. Face Off! All players draw and play a new character from the deck as the face they use for their disguise.
All right, so now our characters will get a disguise.
Okay, Billy Zane's disguise is dog meat.
That's amazing. That's
From
a Fallout
Fallout.
dog meat.
So you're disguised as a dog. My Cujo, who is a dog, is also disguised as a cockroach.
Ooh.
Master of stealth and baking bread.
And getting under doors.
All right, it's your boy, whatever that noise is, and I'm dressed as the Pope.
Whoa! Deceptive!
Yeah. And so is my dragon.
One of my favorite things the Pope has ever said was, Very simple. Wax Museum, Sunset Boulevard. You guys are chilling. It's two mice, two smart mice. A sweet dog comes in. Limp Bizkit's like, I love dog meat. I play Fallout. That's all I do anymore because I don't make music. I'm just sad. He sneaks in. All of a sudden, dog face comes off. It's Billy Zane, but he's still got the body of a dog, but the face of Billy Zane. They're freaked out. Fred Durst runs. He runs, hits his head against Cher's wax figure, knocks himself out. The frickin' mice are now squaring off. Billy Zane is in full Titanic garb, tuxedo, everything, has tiny little baby hands. And he's like, get over here. And he starts skittering around, like very awkwardly, like flapping around. And the mice try to make a death ray, try to get it to him. Billy Zane's gone, he's disappeared. Where is he? We don't know. They look up in the rafters. Yes, he has baby hands, but the railings on the ceilings are so small, his baby hands are perfect for climbing. He's climbed up like a strange Billy Zane spider. He falls, lands directly on top of them, smashes them. Done. Billy Zane wins the Oscar.
That was intricate. Cujo, though, likes to kiss. He likes to keep it simple, stupid. So, Cujo just, in the Wax Museum, knows something is awry, because he smells it in the air with his dog-like
Awry
senses.
bread.
Ah!
Oh.
Trying to master his bread-like skills, he senses, something's in the air. There's two mice afoot.
And it's not bacon bits.
And so he puts on his cockroach disguise, which definitely throws off Pinky. Because Pinky, he's always trying to keep up with Brain, notices an overly large cockroach, thinks he could be a friend, walks up to it. What does Cujo do? Eats the rat. He's a mean dog, and he just bites his head off. And Brain's like, where did that Pinky go? Before Brain knows what's going on, Cujo takes a bite out of that giant head Brain has. Because think about it, he's gonna get a boomerang, he's gonna try throwing it, it's gonna fail poorly, and that's what ruins their Master World plan. He's gonna throw it, whoop, 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 just comes back, hits the statue, knocks over, lands on them, dog eats him again. Every scenario that you can possibly think of with these combatants, dog wins.
Kayako may be a terrifying character from The Grudge, but you guys gotta remember, she's a woman first. She's got feelings, and I don't know if you knew this, but she used to be in a relationship with Pinky.
What?
Yeah, and they've been
that's canon.
They've been talking like back and forth and trying to work it out. But you know what? Pinky's been with this other girl, and like Kayako's pissed. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and especially when she's got an ice dragon. I'm coming to your house.
Your dragon has a tummy ache, can't make it to the battle.
I don't need the dragon. I'm a woman. I'm angry.
Screw the dragon.
That's just a bonus.
Those are all very fair cases, and originally, I gotta be honest, Bose was the big front runner. The two things that went against her were the fact that it's an ice dragon in a wax museum. A regular dragon would have made us all drown in wax. This one can't do that. And second is, Bose just said she's coming to my house to kill me. Thank God we're at this wax museum. So it looks like I'm safe.
I'm waiting.
Cujo's way more terrifying, but the very fact that Billy Zane can multiply himself is just dangerous.
I forgot to mention he does bite Fred Durst, and Fred Durst turns into another Billy Zane.
That changes everything. So Joven's cards with bread dogs are much more scary now because if anything, Limp Bizkit was a deterrent to Piggy and the Brain. They have a very solid teamwork thing going, and having a weird, strange old Limp Bizkit just allows them to, shove them away with the enemy. So gotta give it to Cujo Bread.
Somehow, I don't know, I didn't understand your logic. All I know is that somehow you added Fred Durst.
Never mind,
and I won.
Joven doesn't
Damn it!
understand me. Shane, you win. Curse me!
Really?
Yeah, I did that 3 times. Sorry.
Joven will argue anything,
Even for
like
myself.
even winning. Like Joven, you win. I don't know if that's
And
right.
the gold medal
Like,
goes to
chose me.
Joven. It's like, I don't understand.
So, guys, maybe look at that video
If
again.
you look at the replays.
All right, Shane, who are we fighting against today?
Good luck with this, guys. You guys are gonna have to try to take out Kevin McAllister,
Oh no.
who can take the form of anything water-based,
Oh my God.
which makes him Kevin McAllister and a wet bandit.
Get out of here.
All right, let's see where Kevin McAllister's hiding with all his booby traps. Thunderdome. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Did we leave something at the Thunderdome? It's like,
2 men entered. 1 can leave. And I don't think it's gonna be Kevin McAllister when you have to go against Gandalf. And he's a wizard, man. And his new spell he just learned is that he can control his opponent's right hand.
Ooh.
I've got the Microsoft Paperclip
That's awesome.
that stalks and kills you in your dreams.
It looks like you're trying to have a good dream. About that? This is a story all about how this hero kicked your butt up and down town. Because we got the Fresh Prince of Blair. And not only that, he has got a bottle of Michael Jordan's secret stuff from Space Jam.
Interesting.
It's time for you guys to pick attributes for your opponents to try to mess them up.
We'll go to the right this time because we did left last time.
Great.
Sure.
You just rolled a 1 on initiative, so Gandalf is really, 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 really slow. He ain't even paying attention. The fight already started and he don't know what's going on.
All right. Okay. Now I think I gotta work around. That's fine.
All right, so you got the Microsoft Paperclip. He stalks you in your dreams, but in order to stalk, you usually got to be pretty quiet. And this Paperclip can't stop clapping. So in the distance, you're gonna hear like, it looks like you're trying to write a letter. Yeah.
Wake up!
You've been selected by the government for extermination. You're always constantly looking over your shoulder. You have to wear one of those incognito caps and glasses.
Like a Captain America.
Yep. You get a random attribute.
Wearing the flayed skin of their victims. Okay.
Whoa!
So Kevin McAllister has Joe Pesci's skin on. That is awful.
Kevin, we're home. Oh my God, Kevin! So before this
Okay.
battle starts, what are we dealing with?
Fighters are all driving war rigs.
Sounds about right for Thunderdome.
Wow, that just works.
Now, yes, I rolled a 1 that is a crit fail, but you have to add your initiative to your speed value. Any DM in the room to correct that? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Gandalf might be old, but he's got a fast horse. One of the fastest horses in the Middle Earth. That 1 with initiative. I'm still moving pretty quickly. Plus, I have a war vehicle in the Thunderdome, and you're trying to drive. Very hard to drive when your right hand is doing this. All right, I need to make a left turn now. Oh no, I've crashed into the gate. And then I just kind of like shoot a white beam at you from my staff while I'm driving my car, nice and slow, paying attention to the road signs and everything. And you can't really control your car because your right hand is constantly getting in the way.
Jesus.
Like you can't compete with that. Gandalf wins.
Miss Bose.
Oh. Don't fall asleep.
Yes.
I don't know if that's
Better
about
stay
a
awake in this
character.
Thunderdome. Everyone knows we casually take naps in the Thunderdome.
Yes,
all right?
but that's what I'm
Slumberdome.
saying. You can never fall asleep in the Thunderdome, or I'm gonna get you.
All right, so you got a bunch coming your way here because you've got William Smith, the Fresh Prince of Blair, and he's got Michael Jordan's secret stuff. If you've watched Space Jam, you know how important that secret drink is that they give. It's just water. It's just them believing in themselves. So with Will Smith believing in himself, you're trouble, because he is legend. Not only is the government not a big deal, because he's got Carlton to like talk his way out of it while he's, dealing with it, but all you've got is Kevin McAllister, who in the 90s would probably look up to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So, probably you don't even want to fight. You would just be like, let's kick it, buddy. Let's hang out.
So you're insinuating it's Michael Jordan's secret stuff that helps him play basketball.
It's just water, but it's confidence.
Yes, but the last time
placebo?
the Fresh Prince played basketball, he got in a fight and it didn't go so well. I'm having a feeling that's going to go the same way this time. Can we animate
Okay.
Kevin McAllister spinning him around circa the Fresh Prince opening? You were talking about your horse. That's awesome. You're driving a war rig. Your horse is in the back. Not helping at all.
Nay!
And Gandalf definitely doesn't want him hurt, so he's trying to drive carefully. He can't take sharp turns. This is gonna go, in a weird place. I have a feeling because you'd think I would destroy the paperclip easily, right? The problem is Kevin McAllister has laid so many booby traps out. There's tons of things scattered everywhere. It's gonna be hard to find that paperclip, right? Hours go by. Kevin McAllister's
The
searching.
one with eyes.
But can you imagine it with its eyes closed, just laying there, just waiting for its opportunity?
They're
a little
bulbous,
bit
man.
of little covered in dust, just like Kevin McAllister takes a step, you see his footstep, and right by his foot, you just see these eyes open up and are just waiting as he passes by. Kevin McAllister, it's nighttime. He's just like, I haven't been able to find it. He's drifting off. He finally passes
Oh.
out. He's a little boy. He needs his sleep. As soon as he And as soon as he falls asleep, he wakes up in his dream world and all he hears is, "Keep the change, you filthy animal," and he's done. Okay. Paperclip.
Today, you are fighting against the big bad man himself.
Santa
We're talking about Duke Nukem.
Oh, that's a good one.
And he found himself sucked into a dimension full of goblins. And guess what? Of course, he became the king because he is the king of all. And he's turned some of those goblins into goblin explosives. Armed with goblin explosives.
Yikes.
And today we are fighting at your mom's basement.
Ooh.
Oh, she just finished the renovation.
All right, I've got Mulder and Scully. And they're armed with a super soaker full of Surge.
Ooh. Well, those are some dangerous things there, Bose, but the most dangerous thing is the thing that you cannot see. And that's where my friend Waldo comes in. If we're in a barber pole
Jeez.
factory, you're toast.
Jeez.
Not only that, just because you think you're safe because you're nowhere near a candy cane, he can crawl out of a TV to attack an opponent.
Oh, that's good.
And it is. This is good.
Joven, you're gonna feel real bad if you vote against this guy, because I know you're probably a big fan, because I am. He's a master of escaping. He's a master of taking down any enemy. He's escaped from New York. He's escaped from LA. And now he's gonna escape from your mom's basement. It's Snake Plissken. And he's armed with Cupid's bow.
Whoa!
We're talking about Snake Plissken, the Cupid.
Interesting. Well, now it's time to attack your opponent's character with some attributes. This time we'll be going to the left. So Shane, let us know what is happening to Bose's Mulder and Scully over here.
Armed with cross, steaks, and garlic. They showed up for the wrong case. Wrong file. Wrong file. We got a vampire here.
Damien has literal jazz hands. And by that, I mean Bluetooth speakers that play jazz music.
Good luck hiding now.
Yeah.
So, Snake Plissken armed with Cupid's bow, pretty spooky. But I hope that basement has literally no candles or light bulbs because he burns up in any amount of light.
Have you been to Joven's mom's basement?
Multiple times, but we always lit a very nice candle.
Now for my extra attribute, which hopefully is fantastic. Duke Nukem armed with goblin explosives and needs a constant blood transfusion to survive.
Ooh!
That is why he
Oh.
surrounded himself with all these goblins, thus becoming part goblin himself.
Moon, sounds
Oh.
more like you're a vampire.
Uh-oh. Let's hear the arguments.
Fellas, you think anybody on dialysis is vampire?
Well, I have this, I'm armed with cross, steaks, and garlic. Mulder and Scully, they are Christian folks, and we need garlic to season that steak. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it.
Wait, what's that for?
Steak and garlic? What? Christian folk. Did you just armed with a cross, steaks, and garlic?
No,
Wait,
No.
that'd be amazing. It's just like, all right.
That is the biggest nullification. You know what? As the judge, allowed.
You know what vampires really hate? Prime rib.
I like your thing, but when we throw this event into place, anyone over the age of 30 is hunted and killed. I've been seeing the reboot of The X-Files. Your character's looking a little old.
In a 97 episode, we stole alien blood from a spaceship, and we're gonna live forever. We've been 27 for years.
Your age is still constant.
27?
Can't escape.
so Waldo, first of all, 10 years old. Doesn't even matter. He can crawl out of a TV to attack opponents, and if you've played any of the Duke Nukem games, there are a lot of like busted TVs all around there, especially CRTVs. Only thing you'll notice is that the static isn't black and white, it's red and white. That's how you'll know. All of a sudden you start to get like... You're armed with goblin explosives. That's a very specific type of explosive. It's not well made, there's not a lot of technology involved in it. It's goblins having fun at the expense of other goblins blowing up, and it doesn't matter. Very dangerous. So I think my jazz hands would be just enough to set off this nitroglycerin or that you've got going on over here and just make you smithereens.
Okay.
Shane, go for it.
Two goblins are at the top of the stairs.
Story time.
They're guarding. They're at their posts. They're like, all right, yeah. So you watch this this Big Bang Theory? He's like, oh yeah, it's not bad. He's like, nah, I don't know if I'm a big fan. And then all of a sudden, one of them gets hit with something. He's like, oh, ow. And he's like, what's wrong? Nothing. No, I just felt something. Man, has anyone ever told you how beautiful your eyes are? They start to go in. They start to kiss, and in their passion, one of them accidentally presses the button of the explosives on the other goblin. They explode. Now the door to the basement, wide open. Snake Plissken walks in. The other goblins are like, oh my god, it's Snake Plissken. They're like, but he's like 60 years old. Anyone over the age of 30 has been hunted and killed and stuff. And Snake Plissken's like, I've been hunted and killed my whole life. I've escaped everywhere. He's got a surfboard strapped to his back, always, at all times. He starts shooting love arrows everywhere. People are getting struck. They're falling in love with each other. They don't know what to do because they want to fight, they want to explode, but they don't want to hurt the person that they love the most. So he just starts going in, breaking goblin necks. Finally, he gets to Duke Nukem. They both have their guns at ready, but they're like, you know what? No, we're gonna do this old school style. They drop their guns, straight up kung fu fight. First one to back up loses. Punch, 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 punch. Duke Nukem falls because his reboot was not as good.
I don't remember a time before that story.
You paint a beautiful picture. You would have done infinitely better had you gone with what would have really happened in that situation. After the first explosion, it would have triggered a chain reaction, exploding the entire basement. But the best situation here, in fact, is Snake Plissken.
After it all, more explosions, he surfs out of there.
I am really excited about this card. We are fighting one of my personal favorite folks in the whole world, Morpheus, from Gone with the Wind. And he's 10 stories tall.
What?
That's valid. Where are we fighting at?
The Planet of the Apes.
Nice.
Interesting. Reboot or classic?
Reboot.
Okay, a little tougher.
Yeah. Present your fighters.
Okay. My fighter is going to be somebody that knows the Planet of the Apes, spoiler, it's Earth, very well. Carmen Sandiego.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's right. And she is wearing a set of legendary armor.
Full set means you get bonuses and perks.
Y'all screwed because I've got a koala.
Ooh.
And he is suffering a crisis of faith.
He's got nothing to lose.
You ever seen a koala bear who's just figuring out what he believes?
Yeah, you can really
Real
get me with
tough.
that human stuff, man. I almost picked a card that said Morpheus hasn't eaten for 2 days because I'm like, that's powerful.
It's scary.
I have, since we're in the Planet of the Apes, man is in devastation. No one really has a home anymore, especially this murder hobo. This hobo is armed with a mini nuke launcher.
Joven, that's a pretty spooky murder hobo, but a little bit less spooky when you found out that moisture can ruin his day, because he's made of hair.
No. Yeah, well, that makes sense because, you know, there's probably no razors or electricity. I can't really shave.
But he's made of hair.
Oh.
If you shaved, you would just die. He's like the Pokemon Tangela.
Oh.
Carmen Sandiego is armed with holy water, which not only are we in Planet of the Apes and The Matrix, so there is no God. So it's useless.
Bleak.
Do koalas have opposable thumbs?
Yeah, man, 3 of them.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's give you, you are armed with an elvish longbow. Now, can confirm, just having an elvish longbow does not give you the same ability and talent with a longbow that the elves have. You just have one of their longbows, and with your tiny koala arms, it's not doing much.
I can also command and summon demons.
Smart.
Oh, interesting that.
This is incredibly unfortunate.
This fight got difficult.
I guess it's my turn to argue for my character, no?
The battle's about to get a little bit more difficult.
Oh, sorry.
Bose, let us know what our event is.
Rise of the Machines. This is horrifying.
This is
So
everything.
we're being
Why
attacked
is
by machines and humanoid apes.
And Morpheus is 10 stories tall.
What are we gonna do about this whole legion of demons? If only somebody had, oh wait, they do. Holy water. Carmen Sandiego is armed with holy water. I'm glad that ended up working out. Now what is she gonna do about the machines? Well, holy water, lemon water, swamp water, any kind of water is gonna gunk up a machine. It's gonna zap it and make it all sticky and hard to move. So that's 2 problems solved right there. She's gonna have to deal with that whole like primate man thing. Like obviously that's a big deal for anybody. Thankfully she has that legendary set of armor, so even though it's not necessarily a game changer and she doesn't automatically win, she at least has some time. Like, one monkey's not gonna bite through her arm or spear her real quick. Like, she's got some time to settle down. Where is she? Here, to save the day, thank God.
It is the future. New York, which is a wasteland.
Let me sit down for this.
Statue of Liberty is in the sands. Charlton Heston's running around, fighting a bunch of apes. 10-story tall, Morpheus is staring around. He's summoning demons that are fighting all of these. It's a crazy 3-way war. Morpheus is staring out at the mayhem, and suddenly he hears something. And on a tree branch, he looks, and directly next to him is this koala, and he just slowly scoots up, and he's just like, you know, I mean, we grew up Catholic, and you know, I thought, you know, I identified myself as a Catholic, but you know, I got older and I went to college, and I heard different points of view, and it's tough, you know. It's tough because sometimes it just feels like, you know, what if this is all
Is
just
Morpheus still destroying things? While
Morpheus
this
is just kind of like distracted, just like what? Because Morpheus and everything is going after people or robots. No one's thinking about koala bears. They're high up in the trees just watching, and this one koala's just there, and he's just like, you know, this maybe is all just a simulation, right? I mean, in the end, we all really believe the same thing, right? We all just want to be happy. We all just want to have a family. We all just want to hang out. Anyways, and he starts, and Morpheus is like, what are you doing? And he's got this elvish bow propped up between 2 branches. He's just like pulling it back. He's just like, hold on. His little koala thumb is just pulling it. He's like, just hold on, just there. And then he's like, pow, and he just shoots it straight through Morpheus's skull. And he's just like, well, think about that.
I believe a bamboo arrow would be the strongest arrow. Can't break it.
Panda bears. That's.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait, how do you keep getting bows and arrows? I keep getting hidden people. You get elven bow, cupid bow.
That's offensive towards koalas.
And it's not as strong as a bamboo. All right. So if there's one thing people don't pay attention more to than koalas, it's the homeless. And so as a giant fight is just happening, no one is paying attention to this poor homeless guy, made of hair at this point in time because of all the radiation that you can only assume made the apes so intelligent, made this human full of hair. But through his journeys of wandering around unnoticed, he found himself a mini nuke launcher. See, it's hard to miss Morpheus. Doesn't have to be around any battle, and just all of a sudden, doof, doof, doof.
That's too much.
And then he kind of just holds the gun up to his shoulder and waits. And in the great distance, he sees the top half of the 10 stories of Morpheus and giant explosions around him. Devastation in that far off area where this hairy homeless dude just sits there and just knows that the world is a little bit better, but not necessarily for him.
And then I kick you with my feet, and then you just fly off into the distance.
No, I'm in the distance. You're over there. I'm in the distance. You're in that distance, and I've arced the mini nukes a great distance.
But I kick you in the face and you fly across the city.
Yeah, 10-story leg is like, got some reach
yeah,
on
the
it.
game is to know the
Your
judge.
shotgun flies out of your
Not a
hand.
shotgun.
Yeah, I don't know, Joven. Her logic here is pretty sound.
Yeah.
She does kick you.
I carry on with my carnage as Morpheus.
Yeah.
So, are deliberations over?
I believe so.
Alrighty dighty. Well, boy, did I love me some Carmen Sandiego. However, immediately when you put down the card about the full armor, that threw me off because like I want to see her in her red outfit. Like, don't you want to see her in a regular outfit? But then like the one thing that gets me is like being human, you know, because like what is going to stop this? This is terrifying. Like one little koala that's like, hey man, let's just talk. But I didn't like that you let it go to your head and you put that pebble through the middle of my forehead. Now I'm pissed. I
it's an
picked
arrow,
Carmen
not a pebble.
Sandiego.
Yay! Thank
What?
you.
Wait.
Yay!
I painted a beautiful picture that rivals Mr. Storyteller over here with your 2 points. You win today's Board AF. And again, big shout out and thanks to Pop-Tarts for making this classic episode happen. We had a lot of fun today. I hope you guys liked this episode. If you want to see more classic games come back to life here on Board AF, let us know. Let us know what games we should play and who should be on the show and why my hairy homeless guy should have won that last round. Bye, guys!
Bye!
Thanks for watching, and big thanks to Pop-Tarts for sponsoring this video. What's better than frosting? More frosting! And more on Smosh all this week! And if you wanted to see last week's Board AF, click that box to the left, or we got a video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like right here on the right. Click it to watch it.